I'm hooked to my phone. Good evening, everybody. Welcome here to SHN Sports presentation of Georgetown Independent School District Softball, the Battle of the San Gabriel, live tonight. The Eastview Patriots on the road at Georgetown High School tonight to face off against the Georgetown Lady Eagles. We are at the Blue Diamond. 200 down the both lines, 200 to straightaway dead center field. For the Georgetown Lady Eagles, batting first will be number 23, Isa Torres, playing shortstop. Batting second and catching will be number 32. Number 32, Sam Swan. Batting third, the third baseman, number 13, Maddie Hartley. The cleanup batter playing first base, number 8, Olivia Prenz. Batting fifth, playing second base, number 3, Braylon Pennell. Batting sixth, playing left field will be number 11, Leighton Landreth. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 25, Hannah Blinko. Batting eighth, playing right field, number 34, Jordan Credur. And batting ninth and playing center field, number 27, Rainey Coons. In the circle for the Lady Eagles tonight will be number 24, Cambry Krager in the circle for the Lady Eagles. The starting lineup for the Lady Patriots. In center field, the junior, number 9, Ariana Vidalis. Batting second and playing second base, the junior, number 16, Carrie Sanford. Playing shortstop, batting third, senior, number 1, Kristen Maldonado. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, senior, Michaela Wesley, number 34. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 2, senior, Kaylin Westbrook. Batting sixth, the first baseman, the sophomore, number 4, Kaylee Moses. Batting seventh and catching, the junior, number 6, Angel Rodriguez. Batting eighth, the right fielder, junior, number 24, Gabby Cabrera. And the batting ninth, in the designated player spot, number 3, Emery Aguilar. In the circle for the Patriots tonight will be the senior, number 10, Bethany Garrett. In the circle. Head coach for the Lady Eagles, Jessica Bond. Head coach for the Lady Patriots, Carrie Wright, assisted by Pete Moreno and Desiree Moreno. Tonight, coming into the ballgame, Leander sits atop the district standings at 24-0, 9-0 in district play. Right behind the Lions is this Lady Patriot team. They sit at 20-2 on the season and 8-1 in district. Their only loss in district play at this point is to the Leander Lady Lions, back on the Friday of spring break. Third place in district right now at 12-2-1 overall and 7-2 in district is this Georgetown Lady Eagle team. So a battle tonight. The 2 losses for the Lady Eagles so far in the season here in district. 1 is to Leander and 1 to this very Lady Patriot team. They played back not too long ago, and it was an 11-3 victory for the Lady Patriots. So revenge on the minds of the Lady Eagles tonight. The Lady Patriots looking for bragging rights and sweep the season series. And so a lot on the table here. More importantly is the standings in district. 8-1 and 7-2. A win by Georgetown evens things up at 8-2 apiece for both teams. A win by Eastview tonight puts a little separation between the Patriots and the Lady Eagles. They would move to 9-1. The Eagles would drop to 7-3. So a lot riding on it tonight. And you see changes from game one. Blinko, the starting pitcher for the Lady Eagles, most of the last 3 years, is starting in the designated player spot, and the freshman on the mound tonight in Krager in the circle tonight for the Lady Eagles. So some changes being made from game 1 to game 2 between these two teams. Take a timeout. Back after the national anthem here. back here on SHN Sports. We go to the top of the first inning. The Lady Patriots do up the 1, 2, and 3 hitters in the lineup by Dallas, Sanford, and Maldonado to face off against the freshman pitcher, number 24, Krager. Defensive setup for the Eagles here in the top of the first. Hartley at third, Torres at short, Penill at second base, Prinz at first, Landreth in left, Coons in center, and Credor in right field. The first pitch in there for strike one to Vidalis. 0-1 the count to open up the ball game. Krager in the circle and Swan behind the plate for the Lady Eagles defensively here in tonight's ball game to start things out. Krager readies with the signal. Vidalis from the left side. The lefty steps in here. 0-1 the count. This pitch inside for ball one. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. In the first meeting, Vidalis 3 for 3 with a walk. Had a good game leading it off for the Patriots back in the first matchup. Steps in here, leading it off here against Georgetown tonight. Krager now ready with the sign. And the 1-1 pitch. Low and outside for leadoff hitter number 23, Torres. Bows this one back. Behind the backstop, out of play. 0-1 the count to Torres. The senior, Bethany Garrett. To Torres. The senior, Bethany Garrett in the circle for the Patriots. Torres, the shortstop, back in. Torres, the shortstop, back in. The pitch is low for ball one. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. Torres back in the left side now. The pitch from Garrett is high for ball two. 2-1 the count. The pitch from Garrett. Swing and a miss by Torres. Chased the high pitch there to even out the count now. 2-2 here in the bottom of the first. Garrett winds and delivers and fouled off back out of play. Torres stays alive now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First pitch outside for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes to the senior left fielder. Westbrook in from the left side. Krager, 15 pitches back in the first inning. Only gave up 1 hit. Steps back in here in the circle in the second. The pitch fouled off by Westbrook for strike one. 1-1 the count. Westbrook 2 for 4 with a double back in the first meeting between these two teams. Krager with the pitch. Westbrook sends it into right field in the air. The right fielder, Credor, comes in, makes the catch, F9 in the book for the first out of the Patriots second. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 4, Kaylee Moses. Moses, the sophomore first baseman, steps in from the left side.
First baseman, number 4, Kaylee Moses.
Moses was 0 for 2 with 2 walks back in the first matchup. Steps in here for first time here in the top of the second with 1 out. Prinz in at first. This pitch low and outside gets past the catcher, Swan. For ball one. I want to know the count to Moses. Swan will take a timeout, go out and visit with Krager in the circle. Moses will go down and meet with Coach Wright. And the catcher, Rodriguez, the on-deck batter for the Patriots. 1-0 after 1 inning. The Eagles, a double to lead things off in the bottom of the first. The sac bunt moves the runner over to third. And then the RBI ground out scores the run to start the night for the Eagles. This pitch is low and inside for ball two. 2-0 the count to Moses with one out here in the top of the second. Very good crowd on hand here for tonight's matchup. Here in this battle of the San Gabriel, the pitch from Krager high and inside for ball 3. Now Moses way out in front in this at bat. 3 balls, no strikes with one out in the top of the second. Krager now ready and delivers the 3-0 pitch. Outside for ball 4. And Krager gives up her first walk of the night. Moses down to first base on the base on balls. And that'll bring up the catcher, number 6, Angel Rodriguez.
Number 6, Angelina Rodriguez.
First walk of the night issued by Krager. And with one out, the Patriots with a runner aboard. Angel Rodriguez, the catcher, in from the right side. She readies for the pitch. This one in there for strike 1. 0-1 the count. With one out, Moses down at first base via the base on balls. Prinz about 3 steps in front of the bag at first. Hartley about 5 steps in at third. Creeping in here. Rodriguez is going to bunt towards first base. Prinz fields it, throws over to Pinnell at second, or the second baseman Pinnell at first. 3-4 on the putout. That'll move Moses up to second base. Now the Patriots with 2 outs. Here in the top of the second, and in steps the right fielder, number 24, Gabby Cabrera.
2 outs in the inning. Up next, number 24, Gabby Cabrera.
Cabrera steps in from the right side. She was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts in the first meeting with the Lady Eagles. She steps in here with a runner down at second base. 2 outs. This pitch low and outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Cabrera. To the bottom of the third inning. The 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Lady Eagles to start the third. Coons, Torres, and Swan. Coons steps in, the number 9 hitter. The first opportunity for her of the night. From the right side, Bethany Garrett still in the circle for the Lady Patriots. The first pitch of the at-bat is swung and missed by Coons. 0-1 the count to the center fielder, Coons. Garrett with 26 pitches so far in the first 2 inning, steps back in here in the third. And this one fouled off. And now the count 0-2 to the center fielder, Coons. Coons was 0 for 3 in the first meeting with 1 strikeout. Here in her first at bat of the night, 0-2 the count. She leads off the bottom of the third for the Lady Eagles. Garrett with the pitch. And this one is high for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Coons sends this one into center field. And all for naught as an F8 in the book. Vidalis about 4 steps in to make the catch. And Coons down for the first out of the inning. And now that'll bring up the shortstop, number 23, Torres. She'll step in from the left side. 1 for 1 on the night with a double back in the top of the first to lead things off. Came around to score the only run of the ball game. Steps in here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. No runners on. The first pitch inside. On the inside corner for strike 1. 0-1 the count. A very generous strike zone is what all I can say tonight. It's now we'll see what happens here. And Torres sends it back into center field. Another hit. She's 2 for 2 on the night. She steps in here with a single to center field. And that'll bring up the catcher, Swan. Swan technically 0 for 0 on the night. She sacrifice bunted back in the first inning that moved Torres over to third base. Put out 1 to 4. So she steps in 0 for 0 on the night.
Now up number 32, Sam Swan.
With one out here in the bottom of the third. Garrett with the first pitch to Swan. She'll foul it off back into the screen for strike one. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. I don't know even if I can track it at this point. I'm not sure one Lady Eagle hitter has stepped up tonight and not swung at the first pitch. It's an aggressive approach that the Lady Eagles are put together, and they're leading the game 1-0, and they got Torres on board here as this pitch drifts outside for ball one. 1-1 the count to Swan. But an aggressive approach from the Lady Eagle hitters here tonight early in the ball game. It's not from being short of opportunities of seeing Garrett. Garrett's been the pitcher of record for the Lady Patriots in the last couple of years. She pitches the 1-1 pitch here, and a ground ball down the third base line, but just foul for Swan. And the count goes to 1-2 to the catcher. But in the first matchup, 3 runs on 6 hits for Georgetown, and tonight already with 3 hits here in the first 3 innings. This pitch gets away from Rodriguez enough that Torres is able to move up to second base. And now Swan, even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the third, and now the runner in scoring position for the Lady Eagles. Torres down at second. The pitch from Garrett is high for ball 3. Now a full count to the catcher, Swan. Garrett with the side. And the payoff pitch is inside. For ball 4. Swan takes off down to first, and Torres moves up to third as the pitch got away. Wild pitch in the books allows Torres to move up to third base. First base on balls issued for Garrett here for the Lady Eagles, or Lady Patriots. And that'll draw a visit from Coach Wright to the circle. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Runners on the corners for the Lady Eagles. We'll take a quick timeout. Back with more softball here on SHN in just a moment. Back here, Hartley, the third baseman, back into bat. This first pitch is up and inside. He gets away from the catcher, throw it out, and Torres is going to score. Swan all the way around to third on the play. One ball and no strike to Hartley. Torres in on the wild pitch. 1-0 the count to Hartley. Hartley fouls this one back up over the backstop out of play. 1-1 the count with 1 out. Swan down at third base. 2-0. The Lady Eagles lead it here in the bottom of the third. Hartley back in from the right side. 1-1 the count with 1 out in the bottom of the third. The pitch from Garrett. Grounded towards third base and foul. As Coach Bond builds that one and throws it back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hartley now. Hartley 0 for 1 on the night with an RBI ground out back in the first inning. Grounded out to the shortstop. Takes this pitch on the outside corner, called strike 3, and there it is. Garrett going to work on the outside corner just like Krager has, and the called third strike. And Hartley down on strikes. Fourth strikeout of the night for Garrett. That'll bring up the first baseman, Prinz. She struck out in her first at bat. This pitch is low for ball one. 1-0 the count with 2 outs. Swan down at third base. For the Lady Eagles, Prinz, the first baseman from the right side. 0 for 1 on the night with a strikeout. 1-0 the count here in the third. This one inside for ball two. 2-0. Garrett with a sign. The 2-0 count to Prinz, and the pitch is inside for ball three. Nice job by Rodriguez there to slide inside and block the pitch there. But 3-0 the count now to Prinz, the first baseman, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Prinz rips it down the third baseline, foul. Not many people will get a green light on 3-0, but she had it and ripped it hard down the third baseline, but just foul in between Swan and Coach Bond. So the 3-1 count now to Prinz, the first baseman. Garrett with the sign and the 3-1 pitch. And Prinz will pop it up into the outfield. Vidalis scoots over to left center fielder, makes the catch. F8 in the book for the third out of the inning, but not for the Eagles. Do some more damage. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner left on base. After 3 innings, 2-0, Georgetown leads it over Eastview. More softball and SHN in just a moment. Here at the Blue Diamond, we go to the top of the 4th inning, 2-0. The Lady Eagles of Georgetown lead it over the Lady Patriots of Eastview. And due up here in the top of the 4th for the Lady Patriots is the 5, 6, 7 hitters in the lineup: Westbrook, Moses, and Rodriguez. The left fielder, senior Kaylin Westbrook, steps in. She's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Steps back in from the left side. Krager still in the circle for the Lady Eagles. The pitch and fouled off back to the net for strike one. Westbrook 0-1 now in the count. No balls, 1 strike to Westbrook. The pitch from Krager. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2 now the count to the left fielder. She flew out to Crodeur, the right fielder, back in the 2nd inning. Steps in here. No balls and 2 strikes. Krager with the pitch. Low for ball one. 1-2 now the count. One ball, two strikes to Westbrook. Back in from the left side. Krager with a sign and the pitch. Westbrook grounds it right back to Krager on a one hop. She'll field it. Throw to first base for the putout. 1-3 in the book. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Kaylee Moses. She's
First baseman, number 4, Kaylee Moses.
Moses walked on her first at bat and was left stranded. Back in the second inning. Steps in here with one out in the top of the fourth. No runners on for the Patriots. Moses from the left side. Krager with the sign and the pitch. Low for ball one. 1-0 the count to Moses. The only walk of the night for Krager was to Moses back in the second inning. Krager with the pitch on the outside corner for strike one. 1-1 the count. Moses back in from the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Krager with the pitch. Is low for ball 2. 2-1 now the count to the first baseman, Kaylee Moses. Moses back in the box. Krager ready with the pitch. And Moses sends it towards the shortstop, Torres. She's up with it, throws the first. 6-3 on the putout for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the catcher, Angel Rodriguez. She's 0 for 0 on the night with a sac bunt. Back in the second inning to move Moses up to second base.
Number 6, Angelina Rodriguez.
She was retired on the 3-4 putout on that sac bunt. She steps in here with 2 outs in the top of the fourth. No runners on. Rodriguez from the right side. The first pitch from Krager. Outside. And low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Rodriguez back in the box. Krager with the sign and the 1-0 pitch. Outside for ball 2. 2-0. Cabrera in the on-deck circle for the Patriots. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. 2-0. The Georgetown Lady Eagles lead it over the Eastview Lady Patriots. Krager now ready. And it's high for ball 3. 3-0 the count now. An infield conference. And now Krager back ready in the circle. The 3-0 pitch to Rodriguez. He's in there for strike 1. Rodriguez taking all the way there. And the count now 3 balls, 1 strike. To the catcher Rodriguez with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. This pitch is low for ball 4. And Rodriguez heads down to first base with the base on balls. Now it'll bring up the right fielder, number 24, Gabby Cabrera. Krager with her second walk of the night issued. Rodriguez down to first. Gabby Cabrera, 0 for 1 on the night. Grounded out to the second baseman. Pinnell back in the second inning. Steps in here with the 2 outs and the runner down at first base. The pitch from Krager is outside for ball 1. Swan throws down to first behind the runner, but Rodriguez dives back in safely. 1-0 the count to Cabrera. Steps back in from the right side. Krager with the pitch. Low and outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. To the left fielder, or the right fielder, Cabrera. Aguilar in the on-deck circle. For the Patriots, Rodriguez down at first base from the walk. With 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. The pitch is low for ball 3. 3-0 the count to Cabrera. Three and 0 the count to Cabrera. Krager with the pitch. Taken all the way, and strike 1 in there on the inside corner. 3-1 the count to Cabrera now. Here in the top of the 4th, 2 outs. Rodriguez down at first base with a 2-out walk. And now Cabrera with a 3-1 count. Krager ready, and the pitch. And it's grounded towards second again. Pinnell up, flips it to first for the putout. 4-3 again. And that's how the Patriots go down here in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-0. Georgetown over Eastview. More Patriots softball on SHN in just a moment. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Georgetown Lady Eagles coming up to bat. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up here in the Eagle 4th. Benil, Landreth, and Blinko due up. Benil steps in, 1 for 1 on the night. She had a leadoff single back in the 2nd inning. She steps in here from the right side. Garrett still in the circle for the Patriots. The first pitch. A low for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Benil. Pinnell with 1 of 3 Eagle hits on the night. Back in with a 1-0 count. The pitch sent down the right field line, but just curls foul for a strike. A 1-1 now the count to the second baseman. Two runs, 3 hits, no errors. For the Eagles, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. For the Patriots, Pinnell fly ball down the left field line. Wesley ranges over, but loses it in foul territory. And Pinnell stays alive. What a star by that one. She gets a free opportunity here on the missed opportunity by the Patriots and not catching that pop fly in foul territory. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Pinnell. No outs here in the bottom of the 4th. New life for Pinnell after that just a not caught foul ball. See if she comes back to let that haunt the Patriots. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Garrett is strike 3 called on the outside corner. And there's one of those miraculous outside corners called. And Luckily for the Patriots, that doesn't come back to haunt them as Pinnell goes down on strikes. Fifth strikeout of the night for Garrett. First out here in the bottom of the fourth for the Lady Eagles. And that'll bring up the number 6 hitter, the left fielder, number 11, Landreth. She's 0 for 1 on the night with a strikeout swinging back in the second inning. Landreth will step in here from the right side. Garrett gets the sign and delivers the first pitch of the at-bat. Elevated for ball one. 1-0 the count to Landreth. Garrett ready with the 1-0 pitch. And fouled back into the screen. And it evens up the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 2-0 your score. 2 runs, both scored by the shortstop Torres. She's 2 for 2 on the night, a double and a single. And scored both of the runs. That's the difference here in the ball game. The pitch from Garrett. Tie for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Landreth. Landreth back in from the right side. Garrett winds with the pitch.